This year, on the country's most unforgiving home renovation show, we've got the nation's lousiest amateur builders sequestered inside this wilderness lodge somewhere in the middle of northern nowhere. They're supposed to be in their happily renovating children's rooms, but last episode, cabin fever set in.
You're distracting me! Get the out of here!
Give me that big hammer. Oh yeah, that felt good.
Plumbing with a sledgehammer. This is Canada's worst handyman. Here at the isolated wilderness lodge we've turned into our rehabilitation center, the nominees for Canada's worst handyman are being taught by two very cagey professionals.
You're going to want to go in the log slowly and straight.
Gail Prosser-Craig is one of the growing number of female renovators working in Ontario.
When you first hit the trigger and first get into your wood, it's going to pull you a little.
Gail is joined at the rehab center by our returning expert, Jeff Woodmansey, the seasoned pro.
If you don't have it in your own house, it's nice to put one in. And after we're finished, you'll be able to.
Every show, Jeff and Gail watch how the bad handyman interpret their instructions. At the end of each episode,
There's good days at the rehab center, and then there's also days like this one.
the experts help me decide which handyman is the worst.
Oh,
This year's nominees all seem to lack common sense. And the candidates are Johnny, a journalist from Red Deer, Alberta.
Oops. Why is it doing that?
Johnny was nominated as Canada's worst handyman by his wife, Darlis.
Ooh. If I touch that, am I going to electrocute myself, you think?
Then there's Angie, a mother of 4 from Minto, New Brunswick.
Up, up.
Angie was nominated by her husband, Roy.
This pipe right there was leaking. I was afraid it would mold the floor, so I was chewing gum, and I took it out of my mouth and I wrapped it around the leak, and it's been there ever since, and it's probably as solid as a rock around there now.
Next up is Eric, a nurse from Gatineau, Quebec.
You think you're a professional, eh?
No, I'm not.
Eric was escorted to rehab by his buddy, Mark.
You didn't use a stud finder, right?
Ah, it's right there. Oh, maybe it was more over here.
You got it.
Okay.
Yep.
From Sarnia, Ontario, meet Coast Guard Officer Brian M. Brian M. was nominated by his wife, Veronica.
I'm an administrator, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a practical person. Yeah, it's just a piece of stucco off the ceiling. Yeah, I just gotta put this puzzle piece back together. Oh, frick.
And finally, we have Brian P., a retired stockbroker from Ottawa. Brian P. was nominated as Canada's worst handyman by his son, Brennan.
What the hell is all that?
wires.
Do you know how easy it is to make a lamp? I'm here to tell you that it is dead simple. And it costs less than $10. And you can make a lamp out of anything you can get a wire through. See? So, the next challenge for Canada's worst handyman is to make a lamp out of a log. A standard lamp kit comes with instructions, but we're teaching a class anyway.
So this is our power cord, okay? Shove it through your log.
When the hardware is threaded over the wire, the socket base is secured in place.
You want to take your screwdriver and with the set screw, tighten that.
Next is the all-important electrical hookup.
Take your wire strippers, strip that to expose wire.
Then bend the wires around the socket's connector screws.
One wire on one screw, one wire on the other screw. Tighten the screw so it can't move.
When the lampshade holder is in place, it's just a matter of screwing in a light bulb.
That's how you make a lamp.
Let the drilling begin!
Go, baby, go!
Brian M. gets through his log quickly. Angie
There you go, and then pull it back and forth.
I know.
Yeah. Perfect.
also achieves penetration. But Brian P. is off to a shaky start.
Bollocks to that, man.
When Eric gets through lengthways, he then drills in from the side so the base of his lamp won't have to rest on the working wire.
It's going a lot faster and a lot easier than I thought.
It's not going fast for Johnny. At all. After a minute and a half, he's only gone a quarter of an inch.
Smoking.
Johnny switches to a more slender drill, which should bore a hole quickly, if he would just apply some pressure.
Am I getting close?
Instead of reversing the direction of his drill to get the bit out,
Frig.
Brian M. tries yanking it out.
Look at that. I broke it. Holy moly. It's broken.
You serious?
I'm serious. Uh-oh. Unfortunately, the drill broke. Like the chuck just came off.
Without a drill, Brian's done.
Didn't work. Broke.
When Johnny finally finishes drilling,
Hey, you're through.
his hole is too narrow for the wire.
Yeah, this wasn't big enough. I gotta do it over again with this one.
Do not adjust your sets. That's actually the sound of Johnny's limp drilling.
Are you applying enough pressure to the drill?
I believe so.
When Eric opens his socket casing,
I got it.
it's time for wiring.
I have exposed wire and bender arm screws.
Eric uses a knife to strip his wires.
Just like real flimsy stuff, man.
Then he tries using the jaws of his needle-nose pliers. When that doesn't work, Eric finally tries wire strippers.
What do they look like? That's what is this? Wire strippers?
Wire strippers have circular cutting blades designed to slice a wire's plastic insulation while leaving the copper strands intact.
That doesn't work.
The trick